Hi everyone, I'm so excited to get this drawing tutorial out for you, especially in time for the holidays and while you're still setting up your journals or making DIY gifts. I know a lot of you have asked me to create a tutorial because you love my drawing style, so I want to thank you so much for all the love and support on my channel, my affiliate links, my Etsy, Instagram, and basically for all of my work. I wouldn't be able to do this without you. So for this tutorial, I created this super cute drawing reference sheet for you, which I have available in my Etsy shop. You can find the link below to grab one and put it right into your journal, or you can follow along and create your own page. I'm going to start with the title up top as practice for my handwriting. I've been adding a little more calligraphy into my sketchbook to practice, and so far it's been helping so much. So if you want to practice along with me, we can do it together. Within the title, we have our first doodle, the Christmas holly. I'm going to start with 3 small circles for the berries, and then add a leaf on the right with lines for the veins, and then a leaf on the left. Once you like your sketch, you can go back in with your micron and define the lines. Before I draw the rest of the sheet, I'm going to determine the layout by blocking out boxes for each doodle. So we're basically going to replicate the sheet into our journal or a sketchbook so that you can reference it later if you want to use it for anything. Don't worry too much about drawing perfect boxes, just focus on the size of each box as it relates to the next. This is the perfect exercise to train that creative intuition I mentioned in my How to Draw Flowers video. I truly believe that there are no rules when you create. Everyone has a different style or vision that makes them unique, and that is what I'm always trying to inspire in you. Art is an expression. Journaling is an expression. Anything you make is an expression of you, so there are no rules, only a feeling. And that is your creative intuition. I know before I used to get pretty upset because I couldn't replicate something. It never looked the same as whatever I was drawing. But then I realized that it's nice to have that skill to copy, but it's rewarding and much more fun to be able to create from my imagination. So remember to have fun with this, and always remember that if you put in the effort, it's good enough. Once the layout looks good, we're going to draw our first character, the fox. Start off by sketching out a slight oval shape, and then draw a reference line down the center. Add the ears like cat ears, and then we're going to add the lines for his face about halfway down the oval, and the nose about halfway between the half, so a quarter. Add in the eyes, cheeks, and then sketch out the scarf, and then just follow along with me as I sketch out the rest of his body. As Nat King Cole sings. My one biggest tip for you is to definitely start off each doodle with a pencil, especially if it's a more elaborate doodle like this fox, because you can always erase and draw as many times as you need to get the right lines before you ink. And it's okay to have to erase 100 times. You'll get better as you keep practicing. One day it's okay to make a fuss. It's fantastic between the mistletoe and the magic. Next we have the 4 whimsical Christmas trees. To start, I'm dividing the box into 4 equal parts, and then I'm going to start sketching my trees from left to right. I wanted to do this tutorial to show you that drawing is really simple and begins with a single shape. And then once more shapes are added and then lines become curves, it can seem really daunting and complicated, but it's not. So anytime you see something that you love and want to recreate, try to find shapes within them and then go from there. So these trees are basically triangles with rounded corners or other details that make them into trees. Now we have our first snowflake, which I completely made up. Start off with a cross and then add an X. And make sure the overall shape is in the square so it is even on all sides. And then add the center loops, the outside circles on the ends, and then the loops on each arm. Next we have another Christmas holly, again with the 3 circles for the berries and then the 2 leaves. These are my favorite things to draw during the season because there's no right or wrong way to draw them, and they always look so good and festive, especially when you color them in with red and green. Moving on to this cute penguin with a present and a knit hat, I'm going to start off with the shape of the body, the feet, and then the hat. Draw a line down the center to keep things symmetrical, and then start filling in the rest of the doodle. Notice that my sketch lines are very hairy, and that's because I'm trying to find the line that I like the best. So don't be afraid to make a mess in your sketch, because the point is to find the shape or line that you think looks good. Now I have 2 more snowflakes on the sheet. The first one I changed up the number of lines and added diamonds instead of circles. And then the second one is the same amount of lines as the very first one, but with decorative lines instead of loops. Chestnuts roasting on an open fire, just enough heat to beat the cold outside. The snow blows like a shook up snow. For the final character, we have this cute polar bear with a snowflake on its nose. Start off by sketching a circle for the snowflake, and then sketch out the basic shape of the bear's head, and then follow through with his body, and add a curved line as reference for his eyes, nose, and ears, and then sketch out the snowflake. This one will take a little more time, so keep trying until it looks good. It's a little tricky to get a shape right, but the beauty of art is that it doesn't need to be perfect. The last doodle is of a holly garland. You can use this as a divider or as an underline in your journal, which would be really cute, or you can curve it to make a wreath. Start off with a basic wavy line and then start adding the leaves and berries just like the hollies we drew before. You can change up the shape of the leaves like I did here, add more berries, whatever you like to make it your own. These are so simple to draw and they always remind me of Christmas. And that's it. Now you have a page of cute Christmas doodles you can use or change up for your festive holiday creations. I hope this video helped you on your journey and inspires you to draw from your imagination. Follow me on Instagram to keep in touch, share your creations with me, or just to see what I'm up to. I love interacting with you guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!